Once when the world was younger, Raven came to a dark place in her life. She was sad and she was hurt, and she had lost the light of existence. She wasn't as beautiful as the other birds. She didn't have a beautiful voice to uplift others. When she came around the people, they wouldn't greet her, they wouldn't feed her, they would chase her off. She felt unwanted. She didn't feel valuable or useful, or that she even had a place. She found herself one day sitting up on a branch in a tree. And she was so full of these feelings, feeling so very unwanted and unloved, that she began to cry. And as tears fell from her eyes, they fell upon an old monk sitting at the base of the tree. She didn't even know he was there, for he was so quiet in his meditations. As he felt the raven's tears fall on his shoulder, he looked up and saw beautiful Raven crying. So he called up to her, "Raven, my friend, why are you crying?" Startled and a bit ashamed, Raven shook the tears from her eyes and came down closer to the monk. She says to him, "Brother, every time I try to go around the people, they chase me away. My voice is loud and raucous. I'm just black. I'm so plain. I wish, oh, how I wish I could be useful and loved and valuable." And the monk looked at her, told her, "Dear sister, I'm so sorry you feel this way. You know what? I'll tell you what. I will do what I can to help. I do not want you to be miserable. I wish for you to be happy. So I will use my sacred mantra to help you change into who you wish to be." "Who do you wish to be?" And Raven thinks about it and says, "I wish to be Swan. Oh, Swan is so beautiful, gleaming white in the sunlight. Oh, she has a partner that she lives with for her whole life. She makes such beautiful babies. Yes, I wish to be Swan. Make me Swan." And the monk says, "Very good. I will do this for you, but first, I want you to go to Swan and see if she is happy." Oh, the Raven, so excited now, feeling a glimmer of hope, said, yes, indeed. I will go to Swan." So she flew off, looking for Swan. And there she was in a beautiful lake. And she flies down to Swan and she says, "Oh, Swan, dear sister, you are so beautiful, gleaming white. Are you happy?" The Swan looks at Raven and says, No, I'm not. I'm just plain white. There's absolutely nothing special about me. White is no color. I wish I was colorful. I wish I was like the parrot. The parrot is so beautiful with all their colors." And the Raven thought to herself, okay, thank you, sister. And so she flies off to find Parrot. And sure enough, she finds Parrot singing with a bunch of his brothers and sisters in the trees and says, "Oh, dear Parrot, brother, you are so beautiful and you have a good song too. I wonder, are you happy?" The Parrot looks at Raven and says, "No, dear sister, I'm not. Because of my beautiful colors, I always have to worry that I'm going to get caught and caged just so that people can look at me and see my beautiful colors and say, 'Oh, look, they own such a beautiful bird.' No, I live my life in fear. It is not good to be me." "Well, who would you wish to be?" "Well, I wish I was Peacock. Peacock is also beautiful colors, but Peacock doesn't have to worry so much about being trapped and put in a cage. Yeah, I wish I was Peacock." Okay, so Raven goes flying off to find Peacock. She finds this to be pretty challenging, but then she hears his voice calling, and she follows the sound of his voice, and wait, there's Peacock, but he is in a great cage. But There are many people gathered around this cage, oohing and awing, giving so much attention to Peacock in his beauty. So the raven waited for all the people to go away and swooped down to speak to Peacock. Brother, you are so beautiful. I'm surprised to find you in a cage, but oh, with your beautiful colors and your great strong voice, you must be so happy. And Peacock looks at Raven and says, no, sister, I am not happy. I sit here all day in this cage while people come and just stare at me and poke at me. And then they come in and they pull my feathers out for decorations and earrings to beautify themselves. And it hurts when they pull out my feathers. No, it is not good to be me, nor is it good to be any of the birds here. Look around you. Look how many of us sit in cages for human entertainment. Yes, they give us food and attention. But no, I wish to be free. Huh. Well, if you could be someone else, who would you be? The peacock laughs his raucous laugh. You know, sister, if I could be anybody, I would be you. With your beautiful, shining black feathers and your freedom to fly wherever you want to go. Nobody wishes to trap you and put you in a cage. And when you want to go, you can go. And when you want to come, you can come. Yes, if I could be anyone, I would wish to be you. Oh, so Raven, feeling confused but also a little uplifted, flew back to the monk who was waiting patiently under the tree. And the monk tells her, well, sister? And she says to him, you know, with everything I have learned, I do not wish to be anyone other than I am. I do not believe it is better to be anyone other than I am. It seems like everyone has good things about them, but also everyone also has challenges and problems of their own. So I wish to see me. I wish to be me and choose to see myself in a different light and to really find gratitude for my life. And the monk says to her, good sister, yes, you have your own beauty, just as Creator made you. This story is so impactful because this is indeed how humans are. We always think the grass is greener on the other side. For those of us that don't have money, we wish to have money. For many of those that I work with that have a lot of money, there's a whole other level of stress that comes with the having of money. People with curly hair want straight hair. People with small breasts want big breasts. People with one child want more children. People with more children wish for less children. We're not accepting where we are when we are like this. We're not finding the beauty and the grace and the blessings in what we have and who we are when we wish for different. Something I heard not too long ago that was extremely profound for me. It said, different levels bring different devils. Yeah. It does. From where I have been, there were struggles and challenges. Where I am now, there are struggles and challenges. Where I'm going next, there's going to be struggles and challenges. Seems to be part of life. What we learn and what we experience and what we choose to do with those experiences, and at the end of the day, what we choose to learn. See, Raven had to go on a little journey to realize that what she thought was so amazing actually wasn't, so that she could find peace within herself. And when she was able to do that, she did. She found gratitude for her freedom, which at the time she valued beauty and attention more than she did her freedom. She learned in a beautiful way. So she gives us the story today so that we can learn without necessarily having to have that experience ourselves. I call it peripheral learning, where I don't necessarily have to experience the thing itself anymore. I can experience it through someone else. I can learn for what they have lived through. So I don't need to have that experience myself. And it helps me grow so much faster. than having to do everything myself. Choosing to be happy and find the blessings where we are. Wanting more and wanting better, but not having to have it come from a place of what I have and what I am is not good enough. Wanting more does not mean that what I have isn't good enough. It is simply a biological design, part of how we were made to always want more. Doesn't have to be a bad thing. It could actually be a profound and beautiful thing that drives us forward. Only, though, only if we recognize that it's okay that I want better. It's okay that I want more. I can be grateful for what I have, and that doesn't stop me from wanting more. And wanting more does not automatically mean that what I have or what I am isn't good enough. Find your own blessings and what makes you special and unique, and honor that and love that. Appreciate that. Cut yourself some slack. Slow down to look in the mirror and go, hey, you know what? You're actually pretty awesome. I kind of like you. So that like can turn into love. And if you find yourself struggling with that at the end of the day, just ask yourself this question. This was my practice for years and still is to a big degree. If you were someone you loved, what would you tell yourself? How would you treat yourself? What would you advise yourself to do if you were someone you loved? Start there so that you can be someone you love. Have a beautiful day.